Hi guys, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well, hope you're having a great day. And as always, thank you for subscribing. So I'm going to be returning to Yes now. And this is their first album, a self-titled album from 1969. And this is the fourth track. I don't know too much about this track. It's called Looking Around. But what I do know is that I have a scribbled note here saying that this was one of the favourites of Chris Squire. So without further ado, I'm going to click play and see what this brings me. I've enjoyed all of the tracks so far from this album, and one day, once I finish this album, I'll probably purchase it as I normally would from Amazon or someone like that, and I'll sit down and listen to the whole thing in one big go. Just a quick pause. I do apologise. I'm really into this. I'm loving it. I'm loving the organ. What the hell is this? What kind of organ is that they're playing? The harmony is fantastic so far. It caught me out at the beginning. I didn't kind of expect it to jump straight into it like that. Pleasantly surprised. Yeah, just loving it. So let's just drop this back.
Just looking around everywhere. All the things I wanted to do take so much time to get around to you. Just reach out, catch and hold on. Maybe turns to dust and dust. Never leave behind, trying to keep on moving, never dying.
what can I say? I mean, that was really, really, really good. I really enjoyed that. I didn't expect it to kind of take the route that it did. I think the previous tracks kind of felt quite like chilled, slightly psychedelic. And this one kind of really kind of went into top gear. And yeah, I really didn't want to pause it, but I do worry sometimes that if I don't kind of pause a track kind of at some point, then it might kind of act as like the mechanism so that it gets blocked. I mean, it's all kind of like a bit of a waste of time. And really, when I'm enjoying a track this much, I'm kind of really caught between a devil and the deep of having to pause it. Because I don't really want to pause it. I would normally, if I'm listening to a track, I wouldn't just pause it. And if I had to pause it, I'd probably go back to the beginning and start again. It really kind of struck me. I loved the organ in this, and I'm not sure what it was. I've only heard of a Hammond organ, and this I've heard this on from other groups from around about that time, the 60s, and maybe the very early 70s. And yeah, it's kind of felt really kind of effective. I really enjoyed the harmonies, and there's something about it that was quite magical, that transition between the harmonies and that lead vocal. And then we had we had a guitar break at about 1.5 minutes. It was just really, really great, really refreshing. It felt very organic. It kind of slipped seamlessly again in from the music into that and then out again. And something I love about this band, and I keep coming back to this word. Everything kind of feels very organic, as if they've grown a song in a garden, and they've planted the seeds, and they've come back, and there's these little wibbly wobbly John Anderson and Chris Squire, and they're kind of perking up and blooming, and that's kind of how I kind of feel about this band. I do feel like they're very earthy and very organic. This is another track I'm really kind of getting sold on this album. I'm really kind of looking forward to the point where when I'm finished with this album, I can just sit down and listen to the whole thing. So lyrics, and there are quite a few lyrics to this. I wasn't really kind of entirely sure what they're about, but I kind of felt that it was a retrospective look at maybe a life from a perspective of maybe being dead or deceased. And I also kind of felt that there was this perspective of looking down on those that you've left behind and just, checking out what they're doing and stuff. So, but that was just the small bits and pieces that I gleaned from the song. The music kind of like kept taking me away from the lyrics. So there's probably a lot that I missed. And that's no bad thing, because sometimes when you read the lyrics and you understand what they're about, then you can then pick up more phrases and lines later on, and it brings a whole different meaning and a whole extra dimension to the song. Let's have a look at the lyrics. Looking around me, there's not so much in life I miss. Things that I can see, I'll touch and I'll feel, then I'll kiss. And I saw you standing there with a smile I couldn't share, just looking around everywhere. So that kind of to me said that he was dead, and he was looking at somebody he's perhaps loved and he's left behind. And he's just kind of like a little bit melancholy that he understands he's dead, and he can't share the life that he once had. But he's he's sort of saying, well, I didn't really miss a lot about that life, but maybe he just missed her and those few moments. All the things I wanted to do take so much time to get around to you. Just reach out and catch and hold on, leaving trails of dust and lust, never ever lying, trying, keep moving, never dying. Yeah, so maybe he's talking about the fact that he's kind of wasted a lot of the time when he was alive, just kind of like messing around and never kind of really getting around to stuff that he kind of now regrets that he didn't do, or he didn't pay as much attention to. Maybe this is a lady in his life. Tunes that I can't hear would take me for a while. My smile, fares that are too dear, I'd rather walk out another mile. Then I heard a tune so right, it was in the dark of night, just listening around everywhere. And so it kind of feels like maybe it's in some kind of like purgatory. All the things I've wanted to do take so much time to get around to you. Just reach out and catch and hold on, leaving trails of dust and lust. Never a line, try and keep moving down. Smiles that I don't see, I'll make them up as I go on. Laughs that just can't be, I'll make and laugh at everyone. Then I saw you in your place with a laugh upon your face, just looking around everywhere. So I kind of like feel that he's happy for her, and he kind of sees that maybe she's met somebody else, maybe she's getting on with her life, maybe that he's passed on and she's finally kind of gotten over him. So rather than him seeing her drifting around aimlessly in it as she's mourning, maybe now he's feeling a little bit better about all the things he maybe never did with her, or maybe the way he treated her, and that she's now able to actually live her life again in full, without kind of maybe feeling so sad about him passing. That's kind of what I see this song's about, and I'll probably re-listen to this as soon as I finish this reaction, just so as I can soak up the ambience of what the song's about and the music together. But I enjoyed both. And I love reading these lyrics afterwards because they then add that extra element for me. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I've really, really enjoyed this track. I've really enjoyed this album so far. I don't like to kind of rush into all these tracks one after the other because I'm always kind of worried that I'll be maybe a little bit fatigued and I won't kind of really appreciate the intricacies and the vibe that I get from these tracks when I don't hear them so much. So yeah, please join me in the comments below if you have any thoughts and feelings about this track and this band. And till next time, take care of yourselves. And I'll have plenty more reactions, particularly Yes, coming up because I think I've still got side B to go on this album, and I may have a few tracks left on this side. So till next time, take care of yourselves. Have a great day.